today we're just going to do a quick overview on refunds, so how to enter in a refund segment, our WLCL refund process and what we do, how to add a negative service fee, and then we'll just quickly touch base on how to refund the client. Alright, so I'm going to go over 4 different scenarios. So we'll go to the first one. So the first one is a full refund received from WLCL. Okay, so on this example, if you go to receipts, the client has paid in full. If you go to payments, and the supplier has been paid in full. So with WLCL at the moment, what they're doing is they're offering a full refund and they're honouring the commission. Alright, the commission of $573.40. Now, what we would never ever do is create a gross refund segment for you, unless it's BSP related or insurance policies. That's something different. So to prepare your booking, ready for us to receive the refund and the commission, what you can do is that on the costing screen, you see the 2 blue pieces of paper side by side, you click copy segment, you click on the reverse sign of costing values, copy linked passengers and copy ticket confirmation number and hit copy. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a new costing reversing out all your segments. So let's reverse it all and then hit save. Alright, so by doing this is you preparing the booking for us. So hit invoice. And then invoice that costing out. Alright, so when we receive, we go to the summary page, right? It shows that the supplier owes us $5,160. When we receive the refund, we'll receipt it against the refund segment against the net value. The commissions that we'll record, we'll do that separately. What we'll do is that we'll create a separate costing line for commission only, making that 100% commission. So this is what we do, and please don't record your own refunds as we will cancel them. So we'll enter in the refund, saying that the refund from WLCL has been received. Alright, so that's our process. What we'll then do, right, is because the summary page at the moment shows that the client is owed a full gross refund. There is no amount owing on the creditor side, but you're not earning any commission. So when we receive the commission from WLCL, we will create a separate costing line. So for example, this one's for P&O. Alright. We'll remove anything from the gross amount because that affects the client ledger. And we'll make this 100% commissionable. And then it shows that the supplier owes us the commission. Because there's no effect to your client ledger, we don't have to issue an invoice. So then we'll record a second entry. From P&O. And then allocate it against that costing line. So now, on the summary page, it will show that the client is still owed the full gross refund. You will get the commission, which they have honoured, and there's no amount owing to the supplier. Okay, so my next example is if you don't actually enter in a refund segment for us. So again, as I mentioned, so the client's paid in full, the supplier's paid in full, and then the commission is what you've earned. Now, as I mentioned before, we won't enter in, when we see an amount from like WLCL, Infinity, Qantas or whatnot, we'll enter, if we have to create a refund segment, we'll do it for the net amount only, because it's not our call to put in a gross refund segment because it's your commission. So what we'll do, right, is that we'll go, right, this is the refund that we've got from WLCL. We will enter in a refund segment for the net portion only. And change this to fund. Okay, we won't put anything in the commission field. So it's just purely a net refund. Alright, we'll invoice that out. And then we will receive our first amount from WLCL. Just when they refund us, they will refund us in two payments, which is why we like to split that up on your booking. One is the refund due to your client, and then one is just them honouring the commission. Right, so again, we'll enter in the refund for you. Alright. So then what we'll do is that we've got another amount for the commission portion only. So we will copy that segment. We will remove any amount owing to the client, and we would make it, the commission component, 100% commissionable. Okay, so anything that we receive for you, we'll send you an email showing that, any refund that we received for you, we will send you an email. Any WLCL payment that we receive for you, we will send you an email with the split, what is gone through as a supplier refund and for your client, and one that's got through as commission for yourself. Now, at the moment, it's showing that we owe the client only $5,160, which is the net amount, and your commission has been overstated. So if you need to refund your client the full gross amount that they have paid, you need to go to add service fee. I always do the booking service fee. Enter in the amount. By adding a negative service fee, it makes it 100% commissionable, and there's nothing owing on the net field, which is to travel managers. Alright, and then you invoice it out. Alright, so now on your summary page, it will show that your client is owed a full refund. We're not waiting for any refund, and your commission is correct, and it hasn't been overstated. Alright, so if you need to refund your client because they paid you by EFT, so for example here, branch deposit EFT, you refund your client through an order form payment. So you use the drop down, select client refund payment, and select order payment. Your transaction type is always going to be an EFT. You fill in your payee name or client, the amount that you need to pay them back, which is the full gross amount. A reference, if you want a reference. Alright, so you need to put in their name, the account number, and BSP number. Now, it's very important that you don't switch them around because it's the account number then BSP, but everything else is always BSP and account number first. You can put in payment notes saying that it's a refund, or if you need a remittance, and then select order. That will generate a request to our NG Payables inbox, and then we'll process that for you. Alright, so the next example is going to be a partial refund, so where you're going to take a fee for cancellation, and then you're going to refund your client via credit card. Alright, so the client has paid us via credit card. Here's your PG number. We've paid the supplier through ENET. Okay, so you've entered in the refund segment for us. So you've entered in a gross refund. And then you've invoiced that out. Alright, so as soon as we see it on the bank statement, we'll receipt it to your file for you, and we'll receipt it against the net amount because that's what we received. Okay, so now your summary page shows that the client is owed a full refund. There's nothing owing from the supplier, but it's also showing that you're not earning any commission. So you're going to charge them a $150 cancellation fee because that's per your terms and conditions. So enter fee type, add a booking service fee. Now, because you're charging it to the client, it's going to be a positive amount, not a negative amount. Save that, and then make sure you invoice that. Alright, so now your summary page shows that your client is only going to get a refund of the 3050 and you're going to get $150 as commission. Now, because the client has paid for via credit card, he will need to be refunded via credit card. And there should be on the home page under useful links, there should be a credit card refund form. Fill that out, we'll refund your client, we'll let you know. So the last example is if you've paid the supplier using your own credit card. Alright, so the client's paid us via, I think, EFT. Right here, you paid the net amount on your agency credit card, and we've reimbursed you the net amount on your agency credit card. So for this example, we're going to enter in a refund costing line for the net amount, so you can refund that back to the booking. And then we can either do one of two things. We can either add a negative service fee, so you can refund your client an amount less the cancellation charge, or what we can do is that if you've got an agreement with your client that you're actually going to take a fee from the amount that's been refunded from the net amount, we can do that too. So copy the segment, and create a refund segment for the amount that's been refunded onto your card. It's going to be easier to split them up instead of doing it into one costing. So the net amount is 2880. Alright, so you need to invoice it. Alright, so now it shows that we owe the client the net amount, the 2880, but then the supplier also owes us 2880. But that's not true because that's been refunded back onto your credit card. So then what we need to do is that we need to do a payment, but we have to do a client refund payment. And we have to do it as a CCF because we can't do negative agency CCF receipts. So put in your card number. Okay, don't add it to the client profile because that could affect the receipts, the CCF receipts on the GDS download. Alright, and you need to record a CCF client refund payment against the refund segment. Okay, so by doing that though, it shows that the client's been refunded in full, which is not correct, and there is no balance owing to the supplier or from the supplier, which is correct. So then you need to refund that money back onto the booking. Now, if you do it through a credit card, you don't need to charge yourself a merchant fee. Just refund the amount that you've received because the merchant fee goes in and out of your transferred commission report anyway. Charge an issue, which we can't do here because it will decline. So in this example, I'll just show you how. So I'll just do it as an EFT receipt, but I'll just say that it's a credit card swipe. But that's how you would do it if you had to refund it by credit card. If you want to refund us via BPay or EFT, then that's fine. Just make sure that you let us know. Okay, so now we've got that money back onto the booking. Now, if you need to refund your client an amount less a cancellation fee, so say, for example, you've told your client that you're only going to refund them the 3050, which is $150 cancellation fee. You could then add a negative service fee. For the difference. Okay, so that will show that the client is owed the refund of the 3050, which you've agreed to. And because we haven't invoiced it out, it shows that it's outstanding, but it's fine because overall you're earning $150, which was the agreement. However, if you've told your client that they're only going to get a refund of the net amount less a cancellation fee, then you would add a positive service fee. For your $150. So that shows that their actual refund is going to be the $2730, and the commission that you're earning overall is the $470. Now, on Friday, we'll do a webinar dedicated to Expedia, so client refunds, agent refunds, and commission recalls.
Awesome. Thanks, Beck. Guys, we have a few minutes for questions. If you have anything, please send it through now. Hi, Liam. Yes, this webinar is definitely being recorded and will be on Oracle later today. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, I think Beck's covered your questions. Anyone else have any questions?
Okay, so we've got a question. So do you have to refund client CC if paid that way, or can you be refunded into a bank account? So if the client's paid via credit card, then it has to be refunded back to the credit card because it completes an audit trail, and that's something that's been implemented by our auditors. So paid by EFT, we can refund back by EFT.
Perfect.
Alright, so there's a question that if suppliers are holding in total, do we need to do anything in Tramata? So if that is that the booking, the client's holding on to the funds until a future booking, so like a future cruise, what you would have to do is that in their new booking, so the new client's booking, you would enter in the gross amount for the invoice as per normal, but you would record a CCCF receipt for the amount that's already been paid to the supplier. So that reduces the amount that the client owes and the amount that is owed to the supplier.
Wonderful. Okay, guys, I think that's it for today. So this recording, for your reference, will be on on Oracle later on this afternoon, so you can refer to it and you can pause it and go through the workflow a little bit slower if you need to. But yeah, just a reminder that Friday Beck is going to do another webinar specifically related to Expedia, the Expedia workflow for refunds. So I'll send out the details this afternoon if you would like to register for that one. Thank you.